Out here we are reading three hands, and we are just going to see prominent things that are being displayed uh, on these three hands of three different individuals. I'll just mark whatever things are standing out in these particular hands. The first thing to see on his palm is this line, via Lescavia line. Via Lescavia line is the line of addiction, uh, and this addiction can develop at any moment of time. It is also the line of basically a person who uh, might have allergies. He might be allergic to like anything. Could be allergic to clothes, or certain clothes, or food, uh, or maybe different environment, maybe humid or very dry climate. So this line, whenever seen, could mean line of some kind of a problem which might arise to this particular person due to allergies or addiction. Uh, the second line to see on his palm is a strong, this is the lifeline, and this is a strong Mars line. So even when we see not so good particular hand, but whenever we see a strong Mars line, this basically makes the hand much better. Like whatever flaws a person might have, those flaws gets removed. One thing is that. The other thing is the money line is kind of breaking somewhere out here before it crosses the headline. So some kind of problem might arise in his life. It could be personal, it could be financial, but he would basically overcome it. We also find the finger of Mercury to be very short, like it's only reaching the ring finger. This is the ring finger. So it's not even reaching this particular portion. So there's a huge gap. So the Mercury finger is short. Mercury finger is basically for technical skills, communication skills, business skills. In my real life, what I've seen that in spite of having a short finger, people have been doing PhD, or they have completed PhD, or they are extremely good in their technical field. So the books say that if a Mercury finger is short, basically it doesn't give result, but in practical, even when it's short, it might give result, probably due to because in the initial period of their life, they might have a weakness, but over a period of time, they basically overcome these flaws and flaws in the personality, like they are not communicating good. So one thing is that. The other thing could be, if a short finger is seen, it might mean problem in the marriage, like due to miscommunication. So this is one particular aspect to be careful about. If these people are careful, they can basically overcome the negative aspects of this particular thing. Now we move on to the other palm. This is the most significant thing to see on his palm is the headline. This is the headline, and this is the lifeline. They both are tied up for such a long duration of time. So these people are extremely cautious and shy, very hardworking. They miss out on opportunities, but they basically gain some time after the age of 35 or after the age of 45 approximately, or they're somewhere in the middle. And they would gain if they remain consistent, and if they don't change their work too often. Like you might have heard the story of hare and tortoise. The hare basically could run much faster at a given path, and this was the race they were following. So the hare would stop here and move around here and there, and then come back to join the race. But the tortoise would consistently keep on working, and ultimately the tortoise wins the race. So this hand is the hand of a tortoise, a person who would only gain if they remain consistent to a given path, and success would come to them. It's a very strong and good indication to have. Many famous people have it. Jennifer Aniston and and one more person, I'm not able to recollect the name, and this particular hand also has the heart line start under the mount of Saturn. So Saturn is basically for materialism, and a person who is more physical kind. They love physical love, and they are more inclined towards the physical love, not the emotional love. And they seek a partner who is good looking and who is from a rich family. The heart line is also quite distinct and clear, so this person can keep stress at bay. They are not stressed out. The fewer lines all over the palm also means no distractions, and ultimately this person basically succeeds in his life. Now we move on to the last palm. If you see the difference in the palm, this appears to be a very healthy palm with fewer lines, and this hand appears to be a palm with too many lines. Probably the image is also not taken very properly, but yet we see we can make out that there could be few more than one line. So many lines which are crossing out here, you can see out here. So this area gets affected. This is the area of Mars negative. So Mars negative is the area of aggression and fire within us. So if there are too many lines over it, and that too horizontal kind, it basically means that the person is not targeting his fire properly, and the person is getting angry over issues where he should not, and that is why he basically would not be successful. It is also basically, it might affect one's sexuality also. In sex also, there is a fire, and if the fire is basically if the fire is lacking, then probably the sexual part is not so satisfying. Also, we see the Mercury finger. The Mercury finger is comparatively much shorter. It is not even touching the first phalange of the ring finger. So some problems might crop up due to bad communication with his spouse. If he keeps a good communication, those problems are not going to remain. But having a shorter Mercury finger might bring problems with partnership, either with business partnership or personal, at the personal level. So these things should be taken care of. Too many lines out here this is the area of basically temper, planes of Mars. So the temper is very high. Not necessarily the anger is targeted, because most people basically they succeed if the Mars is very good. Mars very good means fewer lines over it, fewer lines all over it. So a person who is not able to target their fire well, basically they are likely not to gain as much in their life as they can, and that's a reason for they not gaining as much in their life. And also, if a person has got too many lines over it, the Mars area also depicts land and property. So these people might not gain from land and properties. That's it for these three readings. Together, I've just pointed out the main things. Thank you all for watching. If you like the video, click on the like button and do subscribe my channel. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.